now we will design the shore. Design of shore. Whole load of the shuttering as well as the structure, that is the beam or the slab, concrete load. This all load, that is the dead load, light load, impact load, formwork load, all these load will come over the shore. So our shore should be such that the load which is coming over it should be bear easily. Because the failure of any shuttering which take place during the construction or during the concreting is generally due to the failure of the shore. Because this shore plays a very important role to bear the load which is coming over it. Okay. So now we will design the shore. Before designing the shore, we have to calculate the supporting length of the shore. Okay. Supporting length of the shore is what? Total length or total height of floor to floor is given in the question, that is 3.5 meters. Okay. This is the top of the floor and this is the another top of the floor. The height or the vertical height which is given is 3.5 meters. Now we have all this thickness. We have the thickness of the slab, we have the thickness of the sheeting, we have the thickness of joint, and we have the thickness of the stranger. From this total height, that is 3.5 meter floor to floor height, we will minus all this depth or the height. Then we will get the supporting length of the shore. Supporting length of the shore is this length of the shore. Okay. So from minusing 3.5 meter, all this thickness we will get this 3.5 meter to 3080 mm is the supporting length of the shore. Okay. Supporting length is nothing but the vertical length of the shore, which is the actual length of shore which we have to provide in this shuttering. Okay. So here from 3.5 meter we have minus all the thickness of the slab, shore, sheeting, stranger and joist. Okay. So here we get the supporting length, vertical supporting length of the shore, that is 3080 mm. Okay. Now we will assume the size of the shore. So here we are assuming the size of the shore, that is the 100 mm by 100 mm. Okay. This is the size of the shore, that is 100 mm by 100 mm. This is how much? 100 mm. Okay. And this is also 100 mm. This is the size of the shore which we have assumed. Here E is given, E of the shore is given how much? Put on the Newton per mm square. FCP, okay, it is given the question, that is 11 Newton per mm square. FCM is given the question is 2.75 Newton per mm square. Okay. Now slenderness ratio lambda is equal to L by B. L we have calculated the supporting length of the shore, that is 3.308. B is nothing but the width of the shore, that is 0.1. So here we are getting the slenderness ratio lambda is equal to 30.8, which is less than 50. So now we find out the K8. We have to find out the K8 because we have to compare the K8 with the lambda. We have to compare the K8 with the lambda to decide whether we have to design the column, short column or the long column. For finding out the K8 here, 0.702 under root of E divided by FCP. FCP is already given in the question, that is 11. So here we will get the K8, that is 13.39. Okay. So here the lambda is greater than K8. So here we will design the column as a long column. Okay. Always the column will be the long column. Now for long column, FC is equal to, now here we have to find out the permissible load on the shore as well as we have to find out the actual load which is coming on the shore. Okay. The actual load which is coming on the shore should be less than the permissible load. Okay. Then only the shore will be sufficient to bear all the load which is coming over it. Okay. Always our actual load should be less than the permissible load. For this we have to calculate the FC, that is 0.329 into E divided by lambda square. So here we are getting FC equal to 1.39. This FC we have to put in this permissible load formula, that is FC multiplied with the size of the shore, which we have taken 100 mm by 100 mm. So here we are getting 13.9 km, which is the permissible load of the shore. means this much load the shore will bear before filling. Before filling, this much load will be bear. Now, actual load on the shore. Actual load on the shore is how much? First of all, we have calculated the total load, that is the dead load, live load, impact load, compound, which is 8.825 kilonewton. This is 8.825 kilonewton multiplied by the size. This is 1.2 by 0.9. 1.1 0.9 is what? See, this is the shore which we are providing. So here we will go 0.6 this side and 0.6 we will go this side. Okay? Because after one these joints we are providing the stranger, means in between one joint there is no shore. Okay? So here the spacing between the joints is how much? 0.6. So 0.6 this side and 0.6 this side, that is 1.2 meter. Okay? So this is 1.2 meter. Similarly for the stranger. Okay? Stranger spacing between center to center distance of the stranger is how much? 0.9. So half distance from this side and half distance from this side, that is 0.9. This is 0.9. Okay? So this is the load, total load multiplied by the length and width, that is half portion on both sides, horizontal as well as the vertical side. Okay? So actual load which is coming on the shore is how much? 9.531 kilometer, which is less than 13.9 kilometer. Okay? So the actual load on the shore is less than the permissible load. Actual load is less than the permissible load, hence it is safe. Okay? Hence the shore which we are providing of size 100 mm by 100 mm, on which the load which is coming is 8.25 kg per meter square. This shore which we have used is safe and we can provide this shore as a props shore for this slab. Got it?